Okay, this is weird. I don't know what's going on. Also, I don't know the quality of my mic, so I'm sorry. But it says they're offline, but the video is live. So I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna check something here because this is really weird. I don't know what's going on. Oh, wait, maybe it wasn't showing up properly for me?
Hello and welcome to another episode of the livestream. My name is Amelia and I will be your host together with my partner in crime, Alicia Kozera.
Hey guys!
And we have two, well, not so new, but maybe some new guests for today. So please give a warm welcome to Paweł Sasko, Quest Director.
Hello, my dears.
And our lovely Monika Janowska, producer.
Hello, everyone.
So today we're going to talk to you about update 2.1, which you know will be coming on December 5th, together with Ultimate Edition box edition of Cyberpunk hitting the shelves in stores. And we're going to tell you about some changes and new features that will be coming with update 2.1 to Cyberpunk 2077. Obviously, we were not able to talk about everything, so watch out for patch notes that we're going to release a little bit before the patch, so you'll be able to check every change coming to the update. And unfortunately, today we won't be with you live. This is pre-recorded stream, but I'm sure you're going to be able to catch us in the Twitch chat.
Are we guys ready?
Yes,
Yeah,
let's jump in.
Let's do it.
Okay, so I think we'll start with the biggest feature in this update, which is the metro system. Can we talk about metro system? I know it was very, very difficult to, make sure that it's back in 2020. Can we maybe answer some questions why we decided to do it now? Do we have time or?
May I cover up this one? Thank you, Paweł. So yeah, like Metro was definitely mentioned multiple times among our community. And in the past, we multiple times denied any plans of making the Metro. However, the Metro was not in our plan for a long time. However, over time, we've revisited our plan, and with the Ultimate Edition, on the horizon, we've decided that it actually could be achievable. So we decided to go for it.
Yeah, and I think like what was cool is also like the fact that we saw everyone really talking about that metro, like original trailer from Cyberpunk 2020 from 2018 had a metro, and then the CGI trailer with Idris Elba as Solomon Reed for Phantom Liberty also had it in some way. So we felt, okay, you know, we've been showing it so many times, maybe it's about time to actually make it for the game. So we did.
Exactly.
I think people actually love it, that it's officially now. I know there was a mod for Metro, so I'm glad we put it in the game and we, you know, managed. But can we actually say how it works? What you have to do, how you can find it, where you can find it?
All right, so basically we can travel between 19 metro stations, which can be used either as a fast travel point or it can be also used as a proper metro ride experience. Basically, there's 5 metro lines operating in Night City, which can be found like on the metro map by like very easily recognizable by their corresponding color and their map. So you can also get familiar with the map of the metro before you like get into it. And because of narrative reasons, lockdown of Watson, the metro is accessible only after Konpeki Plaza. And the player will basically get the call from Nakart, which is, well, the name of our metro. We should have mentioned it earlier, I guess.
Night City Area Rapid Transit.
Yes, exactly.
Correct.
So the player will basically get a call from them.
Player gets a message, right? Like
Yes.
to be specific.
Exactly. Yeah, so they get the message with the card, which at the same time will be automatically transferred to player's inventory, giving access to all the metro stations. Before we get the message, and without this card, basically all the metro stations will function the same way as they do right now in 2.0, which is only as a fast travel point. As of the metro experience itself, I don't think I will be spoiling many details because I think everyone should experience it on their own.
Yeah, and like maybe one thing I wanted to add to this is that like as Amelia mentioned, it's 19 stations, but each one of them actually our art team, our Enviro art team had to like rebuild really because like not all of them have been fully functional and usable for us, so we had to update it greatly. There was a lot of work done by our Enviro art team, but also open world team to make sure that it really fits and works nicely in the Night City environment. And I hope you will enjoy it. Like we have hid some small things there, so I hope you have fun riding metro around.
Okay. You mentioned we have 5 different lines of metro, but does it actually work like, let's say, bus line or any metro line? So you can go from one station everywhere, or you actually have to follow that line? You need to know where to go, or
Change the line.
Yeah, change the line.
I mean, depending on where you want to travel,
Okay.
obviously, similar like in the real life,
Okay.
You can either, like continue with the same line, or you can, just like pick different stations.
okay.
However, even if you would decide on the way, like on the travel to, for example, like skip and travel faster, you can skip at any time. So you don't have to wait until the whole ride is over. You can also like skip it and go faster. So it's pretty flexible in this case. You can have full
RP
experience with like, role playing, sightseeing the city, or you can also skip if you're in a rush. So
yeah, and I think here really Monica hit the nail in the head, because like our direction when we thought about designing Metro, like me and Gabe, when we talked about it, what we wanted to do is to make sure that players will have a way to really be in the world, and immersive way to travel through the world. So when you sit there, this is designed and thought through to be a role-playing feature. So I'm not gonna say what you can do there, you experience yourself, but that was our thought, really. Like we really wanted you to be there and to see, all of the different districts and so on. And I hope you'll enjoy.
So I know one thing that you will definitely be able to do on the metro, and this is a feature that has been also heavily requested by our community, by you guys, radio ports. So this is basically a radio that you can take with you on the go. So can you tell us about how it works?
Yeah, I just wanted to give a side note. Do you ever have this feeling when you drive around the city with your favorite tunes? You're vibing, and literally at the best part, you're reaching your destination, you have to leave the car, and you wish you could just continue listening to your favorite tunes. Now, thanks to the radio port, we can do that. So this is an item that player owns, which allows V basically to listen to the radio when exploring the city on foot. But
there's some limitations.
There are limitations, yes. So as you mentioned, you can listen to it while being in the metro. We can also listen like when exploring the city. However, during quests, conversations, or any other fundamental moments in the game where audio is basically crucial for understanding the meaning of the scene, like the whole context, the radio port will be restricted from using. Similar to phone restriction, we basically want to ensure no interruptions with other game elements. So yeah, this is like the small limitation. However, still, like during the exploration of the city, you can, not only...
Yeah, we simply just didn't want to make situation when you have like pom-pom shit blasting in your headset and Jackie's dying. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't want to...
Spoilers.
Spoilers, sure. We didn't want to create a situation like this, right? So at the moment when diegetic, like quest music, so-called score, is playing, and when that score is important, it will automatically sort of turn off your radio port. You'll hear this like characteristic click sound of your like sort of imagine that you had just turned off old Walkman, it's that kind of feeling, it will turn off, you will see it on a UI actually, that feedback that it was turned off, and then actual quest music will kick in. And after that, your radio port will kick back in. So we have tried to make it as seamless as possible so that you will really be able to, if you want to do what a lot of you wanted to do, which is like listen to the radio, just drive around, enjoy the atmosphere, enjoy the city, you can do that now.
But if the music stops, you know that something is about to go down.
Yes. Yeah.
How about combat? Is combat the moment when we can listen to radio port or no?
Yes, however, there are moments when there's a specific quest music kicking in. For instance, especially in situation when you're facing the police system, when you have actually a bit more stars, so your wanted levels higher, then this is the moment when actual music for the combat will kick in. We wanted to make sure that actually our music matches the combat well, and when we've been designing it together with our audio team, our composers really had this idea of a specific rhythm of the combat. And it was an issue for us if you had, like, let's say, jazz playing in your headset, and then suddenly, shootout starts and it didn't really match together. So to make sure that your experience as a player is preserved and it's great, we did it like this, that at some point the radio port will turn off and the combat music will kick in.
Okay. But you can also turn the volume up and down, right? If you decide that you want specific volume of the music.
You can switch the radio station and also adjust the volume however you want.
Awesome. So that's a great feature to just walk around Night City and immerse even more in the world of Cyberpunk.
Pretty much like in real life.
Yeah. Yes, and I think like one comment that I wanted to tie it all together, what is really awesome is the fact that you can listen to the radio port while you're in subway or while in metro. So when you sit down, you can actually listen to the music, enjoy the atmosphere, pick the station you want, just drive around, listen to whatever great station you have from all of them available there.
I love it's very nicely connected because I don't imagine going on a bus or on the metro without my music. Yeah.
Absolutely. I noticed we mentioned immersion a lot today, and when we were talking about the patch, like behind the scenes, there was also a lot of people saying like immersion is really important for us. So I think we can move to another immersive feature that feature change we are adding is the improvements of the boss fights in Cyberpunk in the base game, and I think in the EP1 as well.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I mean, so we did a couple improvements to boss fights, and I won't talk about the smaller improvements, I would say, because those we will leave you to find. However, there's one that we really wanted to highlight, I would say, and this is Adam Smasher.
Your favorite one.
Yes. So I saw you guys doing this one-shot build, going ahead, to Adam Smasher, smacking him, sometimes even with a dildo. So that's fine. That's fine. But there was this moment when I saw the meme that you guys made, with the SpongeBob, how the Smasher looks like in the anime and how he looked like in the game. So we tried to match it much more.
Okay, can we say anything specific that's going to change about this fight? Can he use any abilities?
I can hint some things because I really want to leave it for players' discovery. However, I think one of the most iconic things was Sandevista for Smasher, and we all saw it in Edge Runners, how inspiring it was, how cool it was to just see this guy just run around and leave this trail behind him. So we basically, with the help of our VFX artists and of course, our gameplay designers, we made it happen in the game. He is really fucking scary. He really chases you around right now. He's really relentless. I am sure that you guys figure out, a lot of, overpowered builds to find ways, to, beat him. But we are doing really our best to make sure that he is actually a proper boss. And what's cool is that he'll actually do act slightly differently if you're a netrunner or if you're a solo, and depending on the features that you're going to use. So I'm not gonna say anything more, I think, but there are some cool things that our gameplay designers did for that specific boss fight, and I am really looking forward to you figuring it out.
Yeah, I think you guys need to let us know how you managed to fight Adam Smasher after December 5th. I want to see those videos, man. I really do. I've seen those videos with dildos, and I'm like, okay then.
If it's too hard now, it's on you guys.
Yeah.
No, what I want to say is that gameplay team literally did an incredible job. And when I saw it, in its finished state, I had literally chills. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to see your reactions. It's pretty good.
Nice. Okay, so moving on to the next thing, I know you guys, a lot of you really enjoyed the car races that we had with Claire. So now we actually are introducing the replayable car races to Night City. So can we talk about that?
Yes, so during the quest with Claire, as a player, you had various interactions with a guy called Jim. He was also an UI mentioned as the announcer. So he is the one that's actually organizing the illegal car races in Night City. And as a player, after you have finished the quest with Claire, that's the important part, after you have finished that, you will be contacted by him to take part into the races. And all four races that we had before, right now they're available for you anytime you want. You will find on a UI, on a map, you will find a new icon with a flag with checkboard. So if you get there, you can take part in a race, you can win money, and what's interesting, you can also win the discounts for AutoFixer website where you can get more cars and motorcycles.
Wow, so many discounts, El Capitan is giving me discounts, this is giving me discounts, amazing.
Black Friday.
But speaking of AutoFixer, there are some new vehicles there, right?
Yes. There are some new there are some new vehicles that we added. One of the reasons why we added yet another way for a player to earn the discount is just because we have so many vehicles at this point in the game that we really, as designers, we really want the players to have all of them and use all of them and just have fun. But we need to give you the ways to get them. So that's why right now the races, outside of course, what you have in Courier, in Phantom Liberty, give you the discounts for AutoFixer website. And as we mentioned, we are adding new things. So there is 5 new motorcycles. We know that you guys really wanted new motorcycles. I've seen everywhere that people were disappointed. That was just this couple more motorcycles that we added in 2.0 and Phantom Liberty. So we're adding 5 more. We heard the feedback, we saw it. So that's why we're addressing this. It's a couple new versions. I don't want to tell you more, but they're cool. They have cool new appearances from the brands that you already know in the game.
Okay, I'm super excited for new motorcycles because this is my favorite way of traversing Night City. Like cars, nah, motorcycles, oh yeah. But besides the motorcycles, there's one more cool car.
Yes, that's a great point. So as you all know, Johnny Silverhand in Cyberpunk 2077, and that comes from the lore, his original car was Porsche 911. So we wanted to continue our collaboration with Porsche, and that's why we are adding yet another Porsche to the game, and this is the cabriolet version. So in the game, we have added something that I don't want to spoil, but there's something that you're going to trigger connected to that car, and you will be able to obtain it. So be on the look for the new cabriolet version.
But hopefully it's not that I just lose the roof of my previous Porsche.
No.
Okay, good. One more thing regarding the vehicles. So we are adding more motorcycles, and I'm happy about it. I'm sure everyone is going to be happy about it. But there's also some cool things that we are adding to the motorcycles, to the combat. We have more combat options, right? And some tricks.
Yes. So there's a couple things that we have done with motorcycles. And I think like one of the things that we felt that was needed is the possibility for the player to throw knives and axes actually while sitting on motorcycle. You know, it feels really cool when you are driving around and you can get your gun and get your gun and shoot people. You can get a katana and, you know, slash the tires and whatnot. But we really wanted to make sure that you can also use throwable knives and axes. So right now you can do it on motorcycles as well. And what's connected with that, there's actually more stuff. So our vehicles team have been working hard really and gameplay team have been working really hard to actually update the whole gameplay on motorcycles. And there's a couple things that we added. There's new options for leaning on motorcycles. You can do the wheelie right now. You can even do a flip on the motorcycle right now. The way how the motorcycle works right now, it sticks to the surface. So you can actually do almost like stuntman tricks on that motorcycle. Like there's a couple places in the game, especially in Phantom Liberty, when you have this like thick concrete pipe. You can even like go in and drive, circles inside it if you want to. So there's a couple cool things you can do on motorcycles.
Wow, okay, I can't wait to see like the videos of gameplay of people doing this crazy shit. That's gonna
it's
be
like
amazing.
a completely new experience for motorcycles. It's crazy, but it's like crazy good.
I think this is asking for like another contest for, I don't know, videos or something.
Oh, yeah.
To see like what you can do on your motorbike.
We'll think about it.
Yeah. But speaking of, we're going to stay within the motorbikes, cars, and, speed. I know we added new car chases to the game.
Yes, we did. Because like the thing was that I saw the feedback that you guys had after the release of patch 2.0. And one of the things you pointed out was that you were disappointed that in cases in the base game where the player has done something against, let's say, a certain faction, certain gang, there was no repercussions really that visible. So what we wanted to do, we wanted to make sure that you will see them. So now, at the moments in the quests and gigs, when you're making choices going against some gangs, and you're really like going and killing a bar full of Valentinos, you can be sure that in time, that gang is going to look for you and they will chase you. And from time to time, you'll actually trigger such an events in the game. There's a couple of them depending on various choices that you can do.
Okay, and speaking of Valentinos trying to find us and whatnot, I think we can mention that here, that, there is one more way to escape those angry gangers on the newly opened highway between Japantown and Wellsprings.
Oh yes, that was also actually players' feedback. I've seen that thread We've been discussing it. Of course, there was this part of a highway sort of going almost across the whole Night City that was not really fully finished when it comes to like building it, by the, Night City. So it was kind of like partially blocked there and so on. As a player, you could use it, but that was really it. There was no traffic there and so on. So we went in actually and kind of redone the enviro and traffic and community on that whole path. There are also some small things we have hit there. It helps out with the communication through the city, but it also makes it harder to hide from the police, because I saw you guys hiding there, so that is not possible anymore. They will follow you there and they will chase you there.
Awesome. I can't really wait for everything like with the speed in, as a theme.
I mean, we're adding so many cool things. I feel like this is a fun service update.
Yes.
So that's a lot of things you guys asked for.
Yeah, exactly. And I think like what's connected with the chases, which we didn't touch, is also like a couple gigs. I think it was 16 exactly from the base game had an objective for you as a player to steal a car and deliver it to a certain place. And before, you could like just kill everyone or not everyone and just get a car and run. And that was it. Right now we have expanded that. So right now the enemies, if you have actually triggered them, if they know about your presence, they will actually get into cars and follow that up and it will attack you actually. So you will have a bit more of a car combat again. So that's just yet another enhancement this time for our gigs.
Nice. Okay, next thing is also pretty big. We added a new tab to the options of the game, which is an accessibility tab. So, Monika, can you tell us what we put in there?
Yeah, so we, first of all, we've put all the previous accessibility settings that we already had, which were related to subtitles, difficulty, like gameplay and visual settings. But on top of that, we also have added a couple of new accessibility settings, which are mainly focused on simplification and modification of HUD. There's a couple of things for the HUD, which is basic like HUD reduction for the fluff. There is HUD visual effects. There is like option to enlarge some HUD elements and HUD lens distortion. Also, on top of that, we've added an option to disable the timer in breaching hacking minigame, which actually should help out in some cases. Less pressure with the time going on. Actually, I know that some people like to figure it out like very, like deeply, so this could also help. We've also added the option to enlarge some of the fonts and some of the interfaces. And yeah, basically like all should be all together in this settings tab. So hopefully it will be much easier to access.
Awesome. So thank you. It's if you're looking for some accessibility options or for something to, make the game a little bit easier for you, then go to the accessibility tab in options and check them out.
We will also have some more information about all the accessibility coming soon, together with patch, so stay tuned.
Yeah. And guys, that's everything that we prepared for the stream today, because we don't want to spoil everything from the update 2.1. So let's sum up. We have a lot of things that you have been requesting for a long time. We have Metro, we have radio port that you can take anywhere with you, some improvements to boss fights, including the Adam Smasher boss fight, replayable car races, some new motorbikes and a new car, as well as new car chases, new vehicles and accessibility features. But that's not all. You will be able to check out everything that we added, changed, updated in the patch notes for the update. A little bit of a teaser of anything else that you can expect from that is, for example, Hangouts with romantic partners. We already mentioned it, but we didn't want to show it, so not to spoil it.
Yes, and we won't be talking about it.
Yes.
No.
We also have full support for DualSense on PC, so that's gonna be those nice triggers on PC.
Exactly, that was like yet another one thing that was requested by our community.
Yeah, see? And you will be also able to find some more cuts in Night City. But we're not gonna tell you where.
Exactly.
All right, and don't forget the update 2.1 is coming on December 5th. as well as physical edition of Ultimate Edition of Cyberpunk 2077, together with Phantom Liberty included there. So, you know, if you want a box, make sure to check the store that's around your area, and, you know, just grab it. And I think that's it for what we have for today. So thank you guys for being here with us tonight, and I hope to see you very soon. Thank you, Pavel. Thank you, Monika. It was great to have you here, and I hope to see you sometime soon again on the stream with us.
Thank you so much, and enjoy 2.1.
Yeah, enjoy. Bye.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.